All right. All in today's work. This is a little bit different from, and once again I'm eating, but this is a little different from, actually all my videos are different, so I can't say this is a little different than normal. There is no normal, except it's different from the sermon that I was working on in the last one. Oh. I'm attempting to make this coherent. I thought maybe I'd talk a little bit about audio, linking the audio, and well, when you have a different audio source from your video. And I'm gonna grab my headphones here, make it all nice and clean, no bleed through. Okay. Oops.
We're going to do a walk around to kind of show some of the features outside of the house that we think are really conducive to country living. Some of the things that you want to take note of is I understand the fruits here, the strawberries are very delicious. The water's good.
Okay.
And I'm going to let TJ Tell explain more about that.
See, you said something.
Some of the features outside of the house that we think are
I think he talks about the front yard here, and I wanted to put in a quick B-roll of that.
Do a walk around to kind of show some of the features outside of the house that we think are really conducive to country living. Some of the things that you want to take note of is I understand the fruits here, the strawberries are very delicious. The water's good.
Oh, is a good thing?
TJ Tell explain more about that, but there's a wide open front yard area for.
Okay, wide open front yard. That's what I wanted to grab real quick, and then we'll look at some audio fixes. I don't seem to remember. Now this is a weird format. It's called NTS, MTS. Sorry, M and N. I get those two sort of mixed up, but. I don't know, it's just, okay, this is Orchard. Oh, this was our last shot, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, so I don't want that one. I want, no. No, I want the next one. Okay. Alright, wide open. It's wide open, but we got them walking in it, so if I really wanted to talk about the wide open, I would need a shot where they're not in it, like, oh, like here. Let's just see. This was absolutely not really shot chronologically. It's just kind of my shaky camera work.
Shoot the grapes. I didn't even mention the grapevines.
Okay. Okay, that's probably enough. That's probably too much, in fact. We'll see. Well, maybe not. Okay, so what I'm doing here is there are these two little icons. I'll call them icons for now. Drag video only, drag audio only. If you go here, you drag both audio and video, but I don't want the sound. I just want the video, so I'm going to drag that. It's a nice little, it's the way I like to do it. Another thing you can do, if you choose not to do that, you drag them both, or if you just drag them straight in here, like, let's pick a spot right at the end and just drag something random like this. Okay. If you do this, and then you have your video audio, what you can do is right click, unlink, and then you can get rid of the sound, or you can just mute the audio track like I've done there. Alright, let's go back to where our shot is over here. Okay. And now, let's see.
Here, the strawberries are very delicious. The water's good. And I'm going to let TJ Tell explain more about that. But there's a wide open front yard
Okay.
area for kids that would like to play, for any type of activity, or maybe even some meetings that you might want to do. The whole area just lends itself to, I think, very good country living.
Okay, I'm going to save because that's a good thing to do.
So we're going to do a walk around right now. You'll be able to see each and every facet outside of the house.
Okay, it's a little bit too long. So let's go from here. This is kind of pointed back, but we can use that. I don't really like the fact that I'm in the shot, so I'm gonna, or my shadow rather. So I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna cut it right there. I'm just gonna cut it right there, and then I'm going to attempt to ripple delete, but it might not let me. Okay, let's see if I can right click and do it. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Why can't you ripple delete that clip? Could I? Oh, anyway. Okay, well, there's an easy fix. We'll just move this over, delete this, and then, because the rulers, we can have it in the same place. We'll just go like this.
Party area for kids that would like to play.
Okay, now that's a little shaky. Let's see. Let's see if we can just the warp stabilizer. So basically this is a promotional for the property house that is they're trying to sell this property. So okay, while that's analyzing, which will take, there's only 328 frames, so it'll take a little under a minute. So let's go and fix some sound here. So these levels are pretty comparable, but over here it's really soft. So I'm going to actually, you know what, this is big enough that I think I just want to edit the sequence in Audition and see what I can do there. No, let's not do that yet. We'll save that for the final. I'm just going to go and edit the clip. Okay.
The wood-burning stove, which effectively heats the whole house during the winter, should you so desire.
So this was recorded with a zoom. And I'm just going to make it louder. I like this on-clip gain knob in Audition.
But there is also a central heat and air unit that was installed 1 year before we moved in. That would be 3 years from right now. So it's a very new system also. So central heat and air.
Okay. Now, you generally want the average volume around -6. That's where I like to put it. And so you can see the line for -6 right there. But this may be too loud.
Family room.
Family room, living room.
Living room. Okay.
With a
That's a little bit too loud. So let's see. If I do this about that much. Okay, and then I've already prepared a special effect which, well, let's preview and make sure it actually helps.
So the family room.
family room, living room.
Living room. Okay.
With a wood-burning stove, which effectively heats the whole house during the winter,
Okay, I'm gonna
should you so
modify
desire.
this.
But there is also a central heat and air unit that was installed 1 year before we moved in. That would be 3 years from right now. So it's a very new system also. So central heat and air or a wood-burning stove.
And then like for the summer, I mean, it has fan. Does it have any type of cooling air or?
Central
Okay,
air.
let's see where this
Okay.
annoying frequency is.
And You can notice 2x6 construction. It's well insulated and it doesn't take much to cool the house or heat it.
Okay, good. Very good.
Start
So the
that.
family room, is
Family
it?
room, living room,
That's it.
Living room, okay.
with a wood-burning stove, which effectively heats the whole house during the winter,
Wow.
should you so desire. But there is also a central heat and air unit that was installed 1 year before we moved in. That would be 3 years from right now. So it's a very new system also. So central heat and air or a wood-burning stove.
And then like for the summer, I mean, it has fan. Does it have any type of cooling air or
Central air.
Oh, central air. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what I just did was sweep for the frequency. I knew there's something sticking out that was hurting my ears. So let's, and it would especially hurt when you turn it up. Now over here we have the preview editor. I'm sorry, I'm not breathing between my sentences, am I? And okay, so we can see it's a little more even because I also put a multi-band compressor on it. And I did it in a custom way. And that's just to sort of even things out. We don't have all these massive spikes. And then everything is mostly even. So we're going to go ahead and select all. And I don't really need to preview it right now. But you'll see that when I apply the changes, then it will look kind of like the preview. There we go.
1 year before we moved in, that would be 3 years from right now. So it's a very new system also. So central heat and air or a wood-burning stove.
And then like for the summer, I mean, it has fan. Does it have any type of cooling?
Okay. So we'll just so we'll delete that. And then come over here. I want to close this stuff because there we go. Okay, just make it a little cleaner. Come back over here, and we'll find that it will take the audio that we just did, and it will fix it.
Wood-burning stove, which effectively heats the whole house during the winter.
Wow.
Should you
And it should paint on it, but
Living room, okay.
with a wood-burning stove, which effect.
so you can see it's done it. And then we come over here, and
Very good.
Master bedroom.
okay. So we'll come over here, and same drill. I'm going to take this, and also this, and that. And we're going to make them sound better, so I wonder if I can do all three of them at once. Oh no, I can't. Okay. Well, it looks like I can. Well, let's see this. Okay, what am I looking at?
Closet by yours truly.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
To the closet by yours truly.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
To get the absolute most out of every.
Okay, now let me make sure that I actually got that in the.
Oh, really? Oh,
To
okay.
get the absolute most.
Okay, so yeah, I might as well go ahead and do this one and see what I can do for this audio, because in last applied rack. Okay, we'll just save this as a.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
To get the absolute most out of every vertical
Right.
inch.
That makes sense, especially when you're tall.
So see the preview. Okay, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. Not really important that we get this one done because it's the camera audio, which is junk in this case. So let's get this one. Okay, so now I could noise reduce, but
Master bedroom with a king size bed for size reference.
but now I've got it up so high I'm hearing my machine noise with it. That's not what I want. Okay, so
With the usual things you would expect with an attached full bath.
okay, I'm gonna raise it.
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference.
Okay, seems like that'll be good. Now let's try the last applied rack and see what we get.
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference with the usual things you would expect with an attached full bath. And
Now, if I tried to noise reduce that, it would have this weird sound to it. So I could. Well, let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and apply this, and then let's see if we capture noise print, which is Shift P. Don't show that message again, and Control Shift P. And let's come under here and what? I did capture a noise print. Okay. Good. Yeah. Let's listen.
Okay.
comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference with the usual things you would expect with an attached full bath.
Okay, so let's do it by...
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference with the usual things you would expect.
Yeah, let's reduce it by 40 decibels. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference with the usual things you would expect.
Yeah, I see. I don't like how much it now that's pretty good because there's a good signal to noise ratio, but like the talking is a lot louder than the noise. But
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom.
let's put it down to 50.
Okay.
Comfortable master bedroom. This is a king size bed for size reference with the usual things you would expect with an attached
So
full bath, and doors have been removed.
you can't really hear that much of a much of a difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll just save it. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do this one. Same drill. It's a relatively cool. Okay, now that one I'm gonna want to bring down to maybe there. And then we'll grab our last applied rack.
Custom shelving
In
in the closet by yours truly
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
to get the absolute most out of every vertical inch.
Right. That makes sense, especially when you're tall. Short people wouldn't be able to handle that high.
Otherwise, it'd be wasted space anyway. So.
Yeah, there's a clip. You're too close, man. He was gonna say, but anyway, yeah, it was interesting. Trying to get good shots with a camera that wasn't much wider than. Wide angle lens was just not wide enough. So no matter what I tried to do to get the whole picture, I think this was I was in the closet. So outside of the closet, the walls got in the way. Inside the closet, couldn't see the whole thing, obviously. So anyway, 15. Yeah, it's looking okay. And then we'll grab our last applied rack because this one has a modification. I really should save this as compressed reduction EQ. What should I call this? Let's give it a good a memorable name. Balanced EQ. Maybe it'll come higher in the list now. Okay, now let's apply it.
She really has been thriving with her morning time with the Lord, and so having her own spot
It's
without.
good.
Oh, there's a queen bed for size comparison.
Queen bed. Oh, that's a nice size. Okay, so now we'll hop back over to Premiere, and we will find that everything has been updated. It's,
Most out of every vertical.
Right.
come on.
With the usual things you would expect with an attached.
Okay, so next shot, I believe, yes, this we have a couple more shots, so I'm going to grab these two and edit clip and audition. Now, if I edit the whole sequence, it will actually take everything and which I'll show it at a future time probably, and we'll actually you get all the sequence in multiple tracks in a multi-track session, which is really nice, especially if you're doing sound design. So, alright, so let's bring this up.
Yeah. Yeah, see?
The playground here was an answer to prayer given to us, absolutely free of charge.
Go ahead,
And
explain.
know that some other family will be richly blessed with their
Oh my, that is just painful. Ooh, well, let's see what this does.
know that some other family will be richly blessed with their time here as well. No place better than a country property like this for the kids to thrive.
Okay, now, how did I clean all that up? What I have happening here in the equalizer is just this low frequency roll off starting at about 110 hertz and going down to 20 hertz, and I have it rolled off pretty steeply down to negative 40. Yeah, about negative 40. So that's, if you can imagine it, on the level meters would be all the way down here. So you can't really hear it. So that so that was just the wind noise, and it's good to have that cleaned up. So maybe there is hope that I can use the other windy shots just by rolling off those frequencies. Okay, let's remember to apply it. And then let's see.
I'm here with my lovely wife, Mary Ann. Well, no place better than a country property like this for the kids to thrive.
That's right.
So that is just really...
See?
So that just nicely cleaned up everything. I'm going to push it just a little bit.
Yeah.
By our time here, and like this for the kids to thrive.
That's right.
All right.
Okay, so that I'm really liking that. I'm glad that I decided to do it that way. So let's come over here. Same thing. So let's push this to about there. Now, normally you wouldn't want your spikes to be that high like they are at the end, but because this is pre-recorded and it wasn't that loud originally, I'm not too worried about it clipping.
Yeah. Stand the fruit here. The strawberries are very able to see each and every facet outside of that.
Okay, so let's grab balanced EQ, and once again, let's preview it. And there, we'll clean up all those rumble, and I may just leave the preview open. So, okay, now let's save that, and then sometimes it helps if you close these. You don't have to close them, but you can save them. Let's see if it'll adjust without me. Okay, good, it's bringing them in.
Show some of the features outside of the house that we think are really conducive to country living. Some of the things that you want to take note of is, I understand the fruit here, the strawberries are very delicious. The water's good.
Okay, so that's sounding a lot better already. So that's one thing I like to do with audio. Now there are some things you can do in here, but it's not as
It flows by gravity from the
it's not as good. It's not as good when you do it inside of Premiere, for me anyway. It's not that Premiere is a bad thing. It's just that its primary thing is video editing. So, so the question moving forward is really if I want to go ahead and try to match each one of these clips or not. It's just a lot of clips. So what I'm going to do probably, let's see if I like the way it's staged
Black
here.
walnut tree.
Yeah.
Difficult to get into, but edible and delicious.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Black walnut?
Come on.
This is downstream of the gravity flow spring water that once the two...
Okay, and up. Okay.
Right?
It looks like 500 gallons.
Or maybe it's not quite 5. I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, propane tank.
Here you see just the back.
So right there.
The upper pond, which is
That's another thing
about
that
18
we could use with some of that EQ and reduction. So let's see. That's stabilized. That is not stabilized. Let's see how shaky it is.
into, but edible and delicious.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Black walnut?
Yeah, let me throw the stabilizer on that. I'm not throwing it on absolutely every clip. I could, but simply because I have the camera on my shoulder, it kind of does help to do that. And that one should be done pretty quick here. It's only 200 frames or so. I'm going to go ahead and hit save and continue on and just, yeah, see if I want to really go through and do every clip just like that, or if I want to just say, you know what, I'll leave it as it is. I think once I do get the wind cleaned up from these, it'll be much nicer, so I may go ahead and do that. Alright, well, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video.